And then we're back tonight on our third segment of the evening. Talking about crime and punishment. Phone lines are still open, so we have a few minutes left to take any calls. But we did have somebody email a question, and I don't think our guys had a chance to put it up yet. So they asked me to ask you this question. Okay. In the event that someone refuses a breathalyzer and they win at court, so the charges are dismissed or dropped, but because they refuse the breathalyzer, administrative on the DMV side, they've pulled their license and suspended their license for 1 year. Do you automatically go get your license back, or do you have to have a different hearing, or the process different for DMV?
The DMV is an administrative agency. It has nothing to do with the criminal justice system. So the administrative agency, you would still have to go through your administrative penalties, but you are entitled to permits, business permits, and hardship permits. So
now, follow-up question, you talked about a double refusal earlier in the evening. Does this still count as a refusal even though you wanted one on the criminal side of things?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So don't get that mixed up. There's two different agencies that you have to deal with on that, and as Ben said earlier, get an Uber if you're going to drink and drive. If the easiest thing is not to drink and drive. Yeah. But if you're going to be out and be drinking, get an Uber to take you home. Yep. $10,000 scratching the surface. Yeah. And that's just not including the extra years of insurance that you have to cover with that on your record.
Or hurting someone, or hurting yourself.
Right. Right. So please be careful behind the wheel, because it's very, 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 it can be life changing in a very bad way. Yeah. Ben, we've talked about DUIs, we've talked about the street drugs. Anything that you want to talk about before we have to get into our shout outs?
Well, I do want to say, I'm a criminal defense attorney.
Sure.
And so I'm always skewed when I go to court, of defending people. But I can't say enough for Sheriff Ford, our police departments, those officers that do that job. And as you know, they become our friends. Yes. Even though they're on the opposite side of us. Same way with prosecutors. Some of my best friends are prosecutors. They have a very difficult job. Yes. And we have to get through this and hopefully help people along the way. So I do want the public to know that our police departments, Sheriff Ford, great people.
I'm gonna ride your coattail on that statement, because I love Tommy Ford and our local agencies. They do a wonderful job. Been through a lot. I mean, you think about going back, to the hurricane, and some individuals that we didn't even know coming into our town doing some very bad things. Yep. And our sheriff's agencies and departments just really did a phenomenal job of keeping us all safe and taking care of us. And they put their life on the line every night, every day, every night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to keep us safe, and it doesn't need to go unnoticed.